Hello everyone, this is Babamots. Welcome to another Homeworlds game commentary. This is a game between WinsomeSniper and Amnykon. I didn't make any particular notes about why I was interested in this game, but Amnykon has, or no, let's see, WinsomeSniper has expressed a preference for seeing replays done on Homeworlds Live over Board Game Arena. And since it is one of their games, I'm going to do this one on Homeworlds Live. Hopefully I can remember the controls. If I run into trouble, I'll start a new video. Okay, here we go. So WinsomeSniper went first. They pick a red banker. Oh, this game... Okay, so I'm going to have to cheat. Oh, this game is from January 2023. That's more recent than I thought. That's actually a lot more recent than I thought. I thought this was from last August, like most of the reviews I did recently. Okay, and Amnykon picks Yellow Fortress. Pretty standard stuff so far. Both trading into blue. The small blues are now exhausted. Sniper continuing with the to build blues. So does Amnykon. Sniper trades for yellow. Amnykon also does. And this is okay. Here I go on my soapbox again. This is one of the reasons I don't like. I don't think it makes. I don't like yellow stars in general, as I've mentioned. And one of the reasons I don't think it makes sense to refer to yellow stars as a quick start usually is that you so often want to get a yellow ship very early on. And so if you're going to get a yellow ship in your homeworld, then having the yellow star doesn't do you so much good so quickly. Although if you happen to be pursuing other colors, then it can be very nice to have a yellow star at home. My playstyle just isn't accustomed to it. Okay, enough complaining. All right, I'm going to try not to get these positions mixed up. Sniper's at the bottom. So Sniper just discovered a large green colony. They could have built a medium ship instead, although they are making it so that Amnykon won't want to build that first medium. Amnykon will want to discover a new colony to build in. There ought to be a term for this, because Sniper has a Y2, their B1 is now in range of Amnykon's home. So Amnykon can't build that third blue piece. Okay, Amnykon also spreads out. Sniper builds, Amnykon builds. Not too surprising. All right, does Sniper build again? Probably not. I suspect they'll trade for another color. No, they build yellow at home. All right. Amnykon builds green. Sniper spreads out their yellows, discovering a red star. Interesting. I'm always surprised by red stars early in the game because they don't usually get you very much. And it's not really control the red bank either, I don't think. And there's no chance of them taking it back because when I load into Homeworlds Live, all of the undos have been removed. Let's see. Amnykon now. I think I would be thinking about trading the little green for red, or spreading out my greens and trying to push the green advantage. Trading for a little yellow. That's pretty good too. Amnykon a moment ago didn't actually have anywhere safe to build yellows. Now they do. Sniper also trades for a little yellow, which opens up the large yellows. Amnykon gets the first bite at the apple, but Sniper will be able to build a large yellow immediately after. And in fact, Sniper, if Amnykon doesn't block the bank or discover a large yellow star, Sniper might even end up with a spare large yellow, with one more large yellow than Amnykon does out of this exchange. Let's see what happens. So Amnykon gets one large yellow, Sniper gets one, and now Sniper has a place to build a large yellow, but Amnykon does not. So I think Amnykon will probably either gum up the bank, trading away maybe the little yellow for red, or discover a large yellow star. I would probably be thinking, I don't know which I'd prefer here. Neither is very attractive. Discovering the large yellow star. Okay. Nobody's traded for red yet. Let's see if Sniper thinks it's time. Nope. Building blue. Amnykon also building blue. The blues are close to opening up into the larges now. Sniper spreads out blue. I suspect Amnykon will do the same, though, or they could spread out their greens, continuing to in the green area. Well, no, the arrival of large blues is imminent. Building more green doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now. Even though discovering the last small green as a star does open up the mediums, we might get a stalemate for a little while over the blues if Amnykon spreads out. They do. So Sniper probably won't want to build the last medium blue, even though Sniper would also get to build the last large blue after Amnykon builds a B3. But I think if Sniper plays it differently, there's a good chance they could walk away with walk away with so much blue that Amnykon doesn't get an additional large. Maybe. Let's see what they pick. They pick the medium blue. Amnykon also builds the B3 as expected, and Sniper builds the B3. Okay. Let's see. Amnykon's turn now. Amnykon is down a large ship. Oh, no, that's not true. I thought they were down a large ship, but no, they've kept even. I think their eyes are going to turn now either to red or to green, since those are the colors left in the bank. Amnykon, I think, would like to go into the greens. They could spread their greens out and... Well, but there's not a great place for them to send them, though. They can go to a colony, or they can go to a red system where they'd be vulnerable to... where it would be vulnerable to an invasion. So Amnykon might actually not like pursuing greens as much as I was thinking. They might prefer to get the head start on reds. Might even trade the G1 for red at their home, since that would give them space to build another green back if they felt like it. Uh-oh, let's see what just happened. Oh, okay, they pushed forward their blue, threatening the little yellow. Okay. The little yellow can just run away. The main thing I see that this accomplishes is that it gives Amnykon a nice staging point for an additional staging point besides this colony number 6. to start moving blues into Sniper's home when they're ready for it. But for now, Sniper's little yellow is just going to run away, I'm sure. Yes. So now what? And one thing that I guess I'd mention is that choosing to invade this R3 star rather than pulling a new one out of the bank, it sort of forced Sniper to respond. So Sniper had to spend the time moving a little yellow. It's a move they probably wanted to make anyway, putting more yellow close to Amnykon's home. And in fact, it threatens Amnykon with an immediate star destruction. If Amnykon doesn't respond, they've got 2 yellows at their home. Sniper could, though probably shouldn't, sacrifice Y3 to move 2 little yellows into Amnykon's home, destroying a star. And, well, actually, that might not be too bad. Sniper has plenty of blue, so all they would need is to regroup a little bit, and they could start moving the blues into Amnykon's home as well. So that is both a retreat and an attack. Amnykon sort of forced that to happen, is what I was saying. If Amnykon had discovered a new red star instead, then WinsomeSniper would have been spared the tempo, and it would have taken a red star out of the bank. And Amnykon actually wants there to be lots of red available to make sure that they have enough to catastrophe Sniper's star when it comes to it. I was going somewhere with this. I thought I saw some kind of advantage to discovering the large red star instead, but now I don't. So, yep, I think that was a good move by Amnykon. All right. And I think Amnykon just moved a little yellow here. Yeah, so they were worried about that invasion. Even though Sniper would have lost a lot of material by overpopulating Amnykon's star just then, I think they saw the problem I did, where Sniper had plenty of blue, and Amnykon would have been in a pretty tight spot. So it's safer just to spread things out. Okay, Sniper now. Okay, I'm going to undo that and make sure I saw it right. Yeah, okay. Sniper moves a little medium yellow to a new large red star. Red being the only color of new large stars available, and smalls for that matter, which is why Amnykon picked the small red. Let's see. Amnykon, at some point somebody's going to start taking red ships. Probably. Amnykon still has a head start in greens if they feel like spreading out the greens, but I don't think they want to very much. Really now is as good a time as any for Amnykon to trade for red. If Amnykon were to spread out their greens, say move a little green to system 4, then Sniper could trade for red, and Amnykon wouldn't have any very attractive places to trade for red. I guess they could trade away the little yellow that they just moved to 4, but if I'm Amnykon, I think I trade the little green for red. Oh, interesting. So they built a third. Oh, yeah, I guess that's okay too. They build a third green at their home, effectively offering a draw. Sniper can sacrifice their Y3 to move their only green ship, which is also their only Homeworlds defender, all the way across the universe for a draw. So if Sniper doesn't like their position, they can take a draw. And at least to my mind, Amnykon should not have done that unless Amnykon thought that they were a little behind. Because if you give your opponent the opportunity to draw, it's only an advantage to you if you think that they're pretty likely to win otherwise. I don't think Sniper's going to take it, though, because I probably wouldn't have chosen the game if I knew anything about it, and, well, I don't know, it's an interesting end, I suppose. All right, what does Sniper do? I don't know what they just did. Oh. Okay, they sacrificed the Y3 to move 2 blues into Amnykon's home, including a large. Ah, I don't like that very much. That's not actually a very big threat. Mm, well, okay, what does this do? It's not a capture threat because Sniper doesn't have any reds. Nobody has produced a red ship all game. It's not a capture threat. It is an exchange threat. So if Amnykon doesn't respond properly, Sniper can trade B2 for G2, overpopulating all of Amnykon's homeworld ships. But, oh, and, okay, and so if Amnykon does what I think of as the most natural thing, and trades, say, G, one of these greens for a red, then Sniper can simply move in another blue for the blue catastrophe. And Sniper would also have the option. Yes, in fact they should. So if Amnykon trades for red at home, Sniper doesn't need to move in that last blue immediately. They can take the extra time they've been afforded to build the Y3 back that they just sacrificed. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I like this invasion better than I did at first. What I don't like about it is that Sniper will be losing their large blue ship either way. And I think it's a little premature. But not a lot. Once the blues have been destroyed, Amnykon's home will be connected to large stars. And Sniper has, if they build their Y3, say, in System 3, then Sniper will have 4 yellow ships in systems connected to Amnykon's home, and can sacrifice a Y2 to move in 2 of those yellows at once, and then move the last yellow in a single move and in an ordinary action. And that would be a Sniper victory. That looks pretty good. Let's see if Amnykon finds a way out of this, because I don't see one off the top of my head. Oh, okay, good. That was clever. I the last game I cast was also there was the clever defense was a blue 2 sacrifice. Okay, sacrificing the blue 2 to trade the G3 at home for R3 and trading B2 for Y2. Okay, yeah, that was really good. What does Sniper do now? They can fully commit, blow up Amnykon's blue star, or they can try to look for. They could retreat. Isn't very attractive. I don't see a good way to salvage this. they just build a green at home. It's true that they don't need to move that last blue into Amnykon's home until Amnykon captures one of these ships. As soon as Amnykon captures one, then the timer is ticking. On Amnykon's next turn, they'll be able to reduce the blue concentration by moving that blue ship out. And so Sniper then will have to move in the last blue immediately. But until Amnykon captures, Sniper doesn't have to move anything in. And until Sniper gets some red somewhere, Amnykon doesn't need to capture because there's nothing they can... because Sniper's ships can't do any capturing, so their only threat is the overpopulation, which Amnykon can't actually do anything about. So interesting, a game of postponement here. Let's see if Amnykon captures and forces Sniper to move in now. Nope, they're gonna leave it. Okay, I didn't see what they did though. Okay, they moved this Y3 from system 4 to system 3. Okay. That's not much of a threat. Well, okay, so it's not a threat to this colony because Amnykon will definitely not be sacrificing their only large defender at their homeworld to capture some colony ships. The bigger threat here is that Sniper does not have a medium red ship. He doesn't have a red ship of any kind, in fact. And so if Amnykon sacrifices Y2 to move these two large yellows into Sniper's home, then Amnykon will be poised to win with an R3 sacrifice. But this shadow threat in the 3 colony might distract Sniper too much. They might not even see that. Okay, they do. They trade for the R2 so that if both of these large yellows come into their home, they can capture both. Let's see what Amnykon does. They might build... Well, okay, so trading for the R2 was both a defense against these yellows both coming into their home, and they've now created a threat in Amnykon's home. Amnykon needs to capture this B3 at least. Well, they can't capture 2 at once. They need to capture this B3, or they're going to have their R3 captured in short order. Unless, well, I guess they could sacrifice the R3 to capture the colony ships and maybe the blue. But then they don't have a large defender at home, and that's ugly. So I don't think they'll do that. Yeah, they capture the B3. Sniper now, I think, is definitely going to move in the B1 for the catastrophe. Yes. All right. Where does that leave us? Ooh, boy. Amnykon's turn. So the universe shrank, but not by a lot. The homeworlds did not get connected with the destruction of Amnykon's large blue star. But Amnykon's home is now connected to the row of large ships. Sniper has nothing but 2 green ships at home. And in fact, if one of these greens of Amnykon's was 1 step closer to Sniper's home, if one of these greens were moved to a large system, then Amnykon would be poised for a bluebird victory, sacrificing a Y3 to move 2 greens into Sniper's home for the win. So that's something Sniper's got to watch out for, and that Amnykon might want to try to set up. It might I don't think so, but it could potentially even work for Amnykon to sacrifice the Y3 to move 2 greens into... to move 1 green into Sniper's home. They sacrifice the Y2. Okay. Sacrifice the Y3 to move the G1 twice into Sniper's home and the G2 once, say into Colony 6. Then it's prepared to move in for the win if Sniper doesn't diversify. If Sniper simply moved a G2 green ship out, then Amnykon could could sacrifice the G2, double build greens to overpopulate Sniper's 1 remaining defender. So I think Sniper's only defense would be to trade one of their greens, so that even if the other green gets overpopulated, they still have a ship at home. They would want to make it the large that they traded. I don't think an invasion starting right now actually works for Amnykon. So I think they need a setup turn first. They're not pursuing the green invasion too aggressively. They're building red. I think that's a good idea. Since they don't want to sacrifice their R3 to capture these colonists, building an R1 so that they can capture one of them is pretty good. Sniper should definitely needs to save the R2 because it's the only thing preventing the double Y3 invasion we mentioned. I've been writing math papers and using we a lot, so that's what happened. Okay. Oh, what did they do? Okay, the Y1 is there. And now it's just going home. Uh-oh. No, don't care for that too much. They evacuated the Y1. Amnykon now can capture Sniper's only red ship, which they do. All right, Sniper has no red ships anywhere, and they've got 2 large yellows ready to come at them. Although at the moment, since Sniper has a Y1 at home, they can also defend against the double Y3 invasion by moving a Y2 back home for the overpopulation. In fact, that would turn out really well for Sniper. Amnykon would have lost a lot of material in that invasion. So Sniper is definitely in a tough spot, but let's see what they come up with. Trading for red. Okay. That's a red now that matches one of their home stars, so that's a little spooky. In fact, Amnykon could, though probably shouldn't, sacrifice Y3 to move one of this R2 into Sniper's home and their R3, the 2 hops across the galaxy to Sniper's home for a red catastrophe. Neither player would then have any red at all. But I don't think Amnykon should actually do that. They could build an R1 here and threaten the catastrophe for much cheaper. Yep, that's what they did. Sniper now needs to get that red out of there, or it's going to let Amnykon get a cheap overpopulation. They do, and they threaten the little yellow in the colony. Amnykon's pretty well got this in the bag. I think it's just a matter of building the material. They could probably win by building up blues, though they might decide to save this little yellow in the meantime. They do. They move it. If you're used to playing on BGA, then this probably looks a little funny. But this colony is way over here. It's not connected to either home. I think in a small universes, Homeworlds Live does some rather different things to try to make it graphically clear what's connected to what. All right, so little yellow moves to a colony way out here. And that's funny. If Sniper were to pursue, then they'd be putting the large yellow back in the bank, which Amnykon could build. Uh-oh. And they do. I I didn't think they would do that. Um, so so the R2 pursues the little yellow, and I think that little yellow is going to build himself a very big friend. Yes, he does. And Amnykon can sacrifice merely an R1 to capture that R2, and that R2 does not have a cheap way out. Sniper can sacrifice a Y1 to move it away. He can sacrifice it for no benefit. Let's see what he decides to do. If he comes up with something else. Moves. Oh, that's about the worst thing you could do, I think. Moving the little yellow out of home. That little yellow. So a moment ago, Sniper had two. So I'm going to back up again. A moment ago, Sniper had two defenses against the large yellow invasion. One was having a yellow at home so that they could move in a second yellow for the overpopulation if those two yellows came in. The other is that they had an R2 so that both of those yellows could be captured. By moving that little yellow out of home and leaving this R2 out to dry, Amnykon can capture that R2, and Sniper will not have any defense against the double invasion. Yeah, so Amnykon captures it, and oh, the button's gone dark. Sniper resigned. Yep, Sniper was in a pretty tough spot at that point. Well, what was the big mistake? So I think the big mistake, most games have a big mistake, though not all. I think there was a big mistake in this game, and it was when Sniper launched a premature invasion of Amnykon's home, destroying a blue star, but Amnykon had a clever defense to prevent Sniper from rebuilding their forces, so that Sniper was left with they'd still got the blue star, but at a much heavier cost than they had intended. And then that snowballed out of control, and Amnykon got the victory. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you thought of the replay here on Homeworlds Live, especially if you like it. Well, if you're indifferent between this and Board Game Arena, then you don't need to say anything necessarily. But if you like this better or worse, then there are some advantages. I can actually back up and discuss things here on Homeworlds Live. Also, there are no take-backsies on Board Game Arena. People will make a move and then restart their turn, and we see that in the replay. Here on Homeworlds Live, we don't see that, but Homeworlds Live doesn't have the same animations, making it easier drawing your eye to the action. And Homeworlds Live also does all of the sacrifice actions at once. So if somebody sacrifices, then we don't get to see that one action at a time. So there are advantages and disadvantages to both. Let me know what you think, if you would. Like I said, we did this. I chose to do this one on Homeworlds Live because WinsomeSniper expressed a preference for this, and it is their game. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.